Hey, I'm Haley.
And I'm Jesse.
And you're listening to
Personality Hire, the podcast where I have a small hack. If you need to feel like you are in summertime mode or at a beach house, or that you need to feel instantly transported somewhere, even if in your car, right? Even if you're in your car or you are nowhere tropical, go to Spotify, do Disclosure Radio. Disclosure are DJs.
Yeah.
And my personal favorite songs they've ever done are Latch and also Omen, which both feature Sam Smith.
It's his voice with their music stylings. Giving beach. You're
it's the
so
best.
Right. I'm in Miami, but without the price tag.
If you do Disclosure Radio, which will mix up a bunch of other artists that are similar into the playlist, chef's kiss. It is so good. I highly recommend you do it. Just do it. Roll the windows down. Why don't you live a little?
Just live
a little. That's my tip for today.
That makes me very happy that you said that. I started building a playlist last year called Summer Sizzlers I Never Want to Forget. Mm-hmm. And it's giving like 2015, 2016 to now even. I have newer stuff on there. I have like Taylor Swift Reputation remixes, because if you don't remember, that album had the best remixes with DJs. So I have songs like that on there, and it makes me so happy. And also that newer song, it's by a group that I'm unaware of. It's like Kimbell, and I'm butchering that, but it's called Jubel is the song, and it's like starts out with the drums like you're on an island, you know.
Wow. Like a steel drum thing?
Yeah, and it's like, and it goes, take me away. It was popular on TikTok.
I'm sure
when
if
it was
I heard
like
it, I would...
this and like drowning him.
Yeah.
It was like an Italian beach club, and that song going in the background.
My friend Morgan, friend of the pod, she also told me a really hot track. This is the last recommendation I'll have, but it's such a hot track. And it's, if you want to throw it in a circle
every day,
even a metaphorical circle,
every
it's
day.
Called Broke Boys, and it's featuring Tinashe. Yeah. It's just
no, I know every word right now because I think that song is so funny.
It's so good though. It's also just, sometimes you need a nonsensical song. Not even nonsensical in the way that they're like making up words or anything. The words are there and they're poetry in motion. I'm just saying, sometimes you need a song that maybe you can't like directly relate to, but a former you could.
Oh, I can relate to it right now. I'm that pressure. Give me them tens. I'm that pressure. When I had to look at the lyrics to make sure that's what I was hearing, and I was like, I'm that pressure. Give me them tens. I was like, I am that pressure. I'm the pressure.
And
no broke boys, no new friends.
No broke boys, no new friends.
I'm that pressure. Is it show me them tens or give me them tens?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't. Both are poetry.
It doesn't matter. She said it.
No broke boys, no new friends.
I'm that pressure. Give me them tens.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that.
Oh my gosh, that song is amazing. Yeah, yes. That's actually on the playlist, by the way. Summer Sizzlers that I never want to forget.
Have you ever been to Sizzler? Did you ever go to Sizzler?
I don't know what Sizzler is. Okay. Now that you say that, now it's ringing a bell. Sizzler is like, I'm like hot.
Have you ever been to Ryan's?
Oh, are you talking about restaurants?
Have you ever been to Golden Corral?
I have not been to a Ryan's. I know of a Ryan's, and I have been to a Golden Corral because my grandpa, when he was going through dementia really bad, just loved the familiarity of a Golden Corral.
Yeah.
I was not okay.
There was my direct next door neighbors growing up. They would go to Ryan's on the reg, and Ryan's was a buffet style restaurant. Same with Golden Corral. And I got to go to Ryan's, and I remember they just had unlimited soft serve, as much soft serve as you could have.
Going to a buffet as a child is absolutely magical. As an adult, it's terrifying.
It's so terrifying because I remember vividly there being no sneeze guards at a lot of the Ryans. Oh my God,
that's how it used to be, but now I'm sure after COVID.
I think now a lot of buffets as well, especially in Vegas, you're not even able to serve yourself your own food. There is someone behind the buffet line that is
good.
That is gloved and ready to help you, give you the food. But I do remember Golden Corral also had a chocolate fountain, so you could dip
a fondue. Yeah,
yes, you could fondue your own fruits and things of that nature. But Sizzler was also the same way.
I'm gagging for real thinking about the Fondue Fountain.
Thinking about nasty people putting their digits, their fingies inside of it.
I'm sorry. I'm not okay. I've seen what people do out in the public.
How do you feel?
Can you imagine being at a Golden Corral, seeing someone put their little tentacles?
Wait, how do you feel about a Whole Foods buffet?
I don't like buffets.
Okay.
I'm not. If this is what the options are, then I'll go for it. I've noticed this on some sets. When you're on like a really established set, what they'll do is they'll take your order and they'll go get it, whatever. But I have been on some bigger budget sets where you go through a buffet, and I'm like, and I've learned that that's what the crew usually does, which I'm just confused on how it's all different. Anyway, I've seen people on a established set do some pretty weird things at the Crafty.
That's
buffet.
Also when I'm
not here for it.
When
like
I'm at
we're
a party,
at a work event.
Well, I was gonna say when I'm at a party or something
like a wedding.
Weddings
have buffets,
like a cocktail
sometimes.
party. Let's say I'm going to someone's home for a dinner or a cocktail party, a Halloween party even.
Yeah.
If there's a dip out, I'm not going to partake in that dip. I'm not. Ooh. Because I don't know everyone, and you can't eat at everybody's house.
You really
can't eat at everybody's house.
But you know what? I have noticed, and maybe I've been at small enough events where I can see what people are doing, but usually there's a spoon telling people we're not dipping from this dip.
Oh, no.
You're spooning it on your plate, and then you're grabbing the chips, the fruit, the veggies, and then you're doing this on your own. We're not collectively swapping salivas.
It's not because there isn't a utensil available or because there hasn't been a suggestion made of how to eat it. It's just because people are heathens with dips because
dips are good. I'm a dip girl.
A chip gets broken in there.
Well, that's why you're not supposed to go in there.
But I'm telling you, I've seen people break a chip in a dip, and instead of spooning it out onto a plate, they've taken their little fingers and they've dug the chip out of the dip. I'm just saying, I don't partake in the dips at parties, and I also, a buffet for me. It just depends on my hunger level and what's available at the buffet. I used to be big on that salad bar at Whole Foods, but that was then and this is now. I don't like a buffet. I'm not a buffet girly, and I say that as somebody who had a buffet at their wedding. And in hindsight,
also, I don't think a buffet at a wedding is a bad idea. I'm not dogging on that.
I don't think it's a bad idea, especially it's not bad for the money dollars that are.
Yeah, I was about to say weddings are already a racket. Like. If people, also just don't get the dip.
But you said Summer Sizzler, and that reminded me of the Sizzler.
So I've never heard of the Sizzler, but I'm learning. And also for our, I guess audio listeners might hear this too, but for those of you on YouTube, my nose is running somehow. Like I'm like, just like, when it's like damp on your nose and you just know, and I'm like, I can't have it shiny on the video. So I'm like tapping it. There's no snot coming out. This isn't.
I have a runny nose often.
Also my eyes are watering. When your eyes water, your nose goes. It's because it won't stop raining and everything is alive and well here. There's all the different things, particles up in the air, and I'm not going to talk on it too much because we could get into a full 50-minute discussion about the rainfall in Atlanta, Georgia. And I know we touched on it last week. I am in a June gloom for sure. Today it's beautiful.
It is pretty today.
So I'm soaking that up.
I'm not even kidding. My driveway, it's been in shambles for a long time, and we've needed to replace it for a long time.
It's on a hill. There's a creek underneath it, and there's also a lot of trees. So I can see how it's.
But it's these monsoons.
Oh, I'm sure it's washed it away.
I'm not even exaggerating.
And it's a concrete driveway, by the way. It's not like she's a rock driveway.
The driveway is in shambles, and then part two to that.
I bet you're like boom, 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 boom.
You just touched on the fact that I have a small creek runoff, if you will, that goes through my front yard. The other day, I had this lovely young lady who comes to babysit Sunny occasionally, and my husband and I were going to go to dinner. She comes up to the front door and goes, I open it and she goes, can you come out here? I want to show you something. In my front yard where the little creek is were two, at first I said, are those squirrels? And I was like, no, those are huge and they're extremely furry and they look like ferrets. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Raccoons?
I was like, are there two ferrets
Foxes?
frolicking? No, they were weasels, real weasels.
I forgot weasels exist.
And apparently they're pretty prevalent in Atlanta. Like
What?
they're like little rodents that are pretty common around Georgia and Atlanta. And there were two real live weasels.
Oh my gosh, a weasel. Did she know what it was?
She said
She's closer to childhood, so she might remember.
she
what
said
a weasel is.
she said I certainly don't know what this is. And at first she was like, are those baby beavers? I said I'd rather die. I don't want to talk about a beaver. But then upon research, it's a weasel, a real weasel. I thought weasel. I forgot a weasel was an
they
animal.
exist. Yeah, that's hilarious. A weasel.
But now that I've seen
kind
a
of
weasel
magical.
with my own two eyes, and if you call someone a weasel, I know that is a sick burn. Like, you know,
Okay,
you call
cool.
somebody if
Yeah,
they're like kind of shisty.
That's the only.
You're a
They're a
weasel?
weasel. Well, that's the only way I remembered what a weasel was. It's because I often think people are being weasels.
But sometimes, you know, you hear these words that are kind of like they've fallen out of fashion to call
Mm-hmm.
somebody and they feel a little bit like they're not getting the job done. Now that I've seen a weasel, it gets the job done
Okay.
every time. If you call
I'm
somebody
excited.
you're a weasel. Like
They're such a weasel.
that
Oof.
yeah, sick burn. Really
Sick
sick
burn.
burn. It could mean a lot of things, like maybe you're hairy and you like to play in water. Or you're
Well,
like you're
always-
really like I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. But they're real and I saw them in my front yard.
I think that's hilarious.
I feel like a weasel would eat at Ryan's, you know?
Yep. At Golden Corral,
Like-
it'd
like
be
a-
splashing in that chocolate
I mean
fondue
like
station.
a human weasel. Like if you call somebody a weasel,
They eat at Ryan's.
their
Yep.
part of their personality is Ryan's
Ugh.
was
Dang.
Shoney's. They love Shoney's. In fact, I think that Shoney's had a weasel for a mascot.
Oh my gosh. I don't remember Shoney's. I remember hearing the name Shoney's, but
Yeah.
I've never seen a Shoney's.
They had a salad bar too. They had a salad bar
a
too.
salad bar for weasel zaddies.
How do you feel about Zaxby's?
Zaxby's is a fast food place. Like I feel fine about it. I
Okay.
like their Zaxby's sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I do not crave, besides on the rare occasion, a McDonald's fry or a Taco Bell visit. I don't crave fast food. Chick-fil-A, I get it out of convenience and also out of love because, by the way, I love Chick-fil-A. Everybody, you know, wink, wink.
One of my special pals works at Chick-fil-A. I'm going to tell you that I don't know if listen, I've never discussed with her if I can say what her job at Chick-fil-A is. She works for corporate, but she does something in the kids meal department.
Oh my gosh.
It's a very cool job.
I already
It's a very
know what
cool
it
job.
is. I'm guessing the coolest job that you
It's a
could
very
have
cool
ever.
job. Yeah.
Okay, wait. We need to get on the subject of what we said we were going to talk about today.
You don't want to talk about Zaxby's and Chick-fil-A anymore?
No, I'm kind of getting sick to my stomach thinking about all these foods.
Also, the last thing I want to say is Chick-fil-A makes my tummy hurt.
Ooh, it's all that canola oil that they.
I thought it was peanut oil.
peanut oil. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Peanut oil that they're cooking their stuff in.
Yeah.
Their chicken does. It stinks because it's like, man, this is such a good grilled chicken. Chippendales. Wow, we're full circle moment here. It's a full hello. No, it is a good grilled chicken option. However, it's so sauced up that it makes you feel like you're eating a pizza, like a greasy pizza. Like all the grease.
Agreed, yes,
I don't
mhm.
like that. Okay, we're moving on because I'm getting sick to my stomach.
We are going to move on because Haley and I personally just wanted a silly goofy mood episode this week, so it's exactly what you're going to get. And I said,
off to a great start.
yeah. I said, Haley, why don't you and I tell each other random summer bucket list items? And I mean things that they could range from never going to happen to they're never going to happen because I made this up in my head to maybe I am going to do it this summer.
And we'll see.
Just like a little bucket list. We're going to put it together. We still have several weeks left in Devil's Front Porch, as you put it
Yes.
last week. And so
Hasn't even started yet.
it really
technically.
hasn't.
The
I'm-
Devil's Front Porch.
I'm
We gotta-
downright
yeah.
cold. But I think you should start. Do you have one
Oh my
off
gosh,
the
I
top of your
have.
head?
I have one that I feel so passionately about that the other ones don't even compare. So
No broke boys,
No
no
friends. I'm that pressure. Give me them tens. Speaking of them tens, the city of Atlanta needs to give me them tens because I want to be a superhero. I want to be pot girl. I did not include the word hole for a good reason. Pot girl. And at the dark of night, and it has to be like past the time of drag racing hours for the city of Atlanta, I'm going to fill the city's potholes, especially in the residential areas, because where are our tax dollars going? I have so many questions. I see these snitches, these weasels out on this road fixing random little guys, and then they're putting these huge metal plates that shift when a semi goes over them. Which, why are semis on normal roads? I did an essay when I was in like second grade on why semis should not be allowed on normal roads, and I stand by that, even though I know it's not realistic. We can't even go there, but I live in a very nice area. I am very blessed. It doesn't mean anything about what I make. I just got lucky of where I found a place to get a condo. However, the potholes in this area, I think to myself, oh, they're going to fix this next week because this is so bad. How have not 5,000 people? I can see China. I can see China through this pothole.
What are you going to fill them with?
Concrete.
Okay. I didn't know if you were going to also in this scenario while you're flying through the night.
And the tears of golfers. Golfers, the tears of golfers and freaking and all their balls that they lose and the concrete.
Okay.
This city needs to wake up. Wake up, America. We're all in this together. It's our home. So let's take care of it. You know that you want to. You know that you got to. Miley Cyrus.
Wake up, sheeple. It's time to fix the potholes. And we're not talking about relying on the city to do it. And
because they're not doing it.
Those big metal plates. I've never been more frightened to drive over something in my life.
Also, they have those huge like steel wire like knots coming out of them. It doesn't make sense.
It feels like Final Destination every time I'm going over it.
Why is that the solution? Just fill it.
And it's not like
I
you're
don't care
giving
if
me
you
an
close
option.
this road down. Remember when I said a few weeks ago, I was like, I'm so excited. I rolled down my window and I said, thank you to the brave men and women of GDOT who are coming out here. I actually don't know who fills the roads, but I just said GDOT.
Yeah, I think it's the Department of Transportation.
Okay,
that feels right.
Y'all are blowing chunks.
She takes it back.
All over my face because they filled like two. They filled two and they put speed bumps on, which I will say people needed to slow down on that road. But you made these huge, it's those flat speed bumps. So you're like, boom, 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 you know, the kind that shock you, which fine, we needed them. But you had enough concrete to do that, but you couldn't fill this hole that is about to take out my tire. I need 4 new tires, by the way, GDOT, just in general, because you have to buy in Atlanta new tires every 3 years or 2 years. Like mine are bald. The next time it rains, sayonara, Haley. I'm done for.
She's
I'm gonna
going
be sliding.
She's
home.
going hydroplaning.
Yes. It's
Who
gonna be
needs
a
to
new
water
sport.
ski when you're going to hydroplane?
in Atlanta and then pop 3 tires on one singular pothole. I'm not kidding you guys. There's this pothole on this road right here. I'm sure you've gone it. I'm not going to say the name of the road, but you're turning and they're doing all that construction. Mm-hmm. It's when you're turning off the road that is my road. Mm-hmm. And you get on there. I have to stop and wait to make sure traffic's not coming this way and go to the other side because my car is so low profile, which you have a bigger car, but my car is so low profile that if I go in this, I've done it once on accident and very slowly, by the way, not on accident. I couldn't. There was too much traffic and I had to go through this pothole because there were so many people behind me. I scraped the I bottomed out. I bottomed out going like 1 mile per hour and I can't fly over it because that's where you pop your tire.
This is car related, not pothole related, but I wanted to tell you that I have on my back bumper of my vehicle for many, many months now have had large damage on the back of it because I hit something. Okay. I ran into something.
It happens, people.
And I refuse to get it fixed because it's just, I don't know why. I have a mental block, but I bought one of those bumper covers that you see in like New York. You know how those taxi drivers have the bumper cover? I'm just going to cover it up. Don't you feel like that's fine? I'm just going to cover it up.
Because it's going to be like $10,000 to replace it, which makes no sense because they're like, yeah, well, the parts and then the service and then
that's
scratching our nose.
Honestly, how my brain's working right now. Like, I'm not going to fix it right now. I'm just going to cover it up.
That's what I do with everything, unfortunately. But Pot Girl will not.
No.
Pot Girl will be saving the day, and I will be filling every pothole here in Atlanta.
Thank you.
After drag racing hours at the dead of night.
Thank you so much.
So that's the one thing that I would like to do.
Okay, that's
what is summer bucket list? That's number one.
Okay.
Fill these dang potholes.
I'm going to tell you 2 for mine because they're much more trivial than your
Well, that
endeavor.
was the only special one, by the way. The rest of them are real-ish and also silly.
Okay, here's 2 off the bat. Number 1, part of my summer bucket list. I think it would be so fun for you and I to style one another in secret. Like, let's say we make plans. In secret in the sense of like, we're going to go off. We have a week. We make plans. We're going to have dinner on Friday night, whatever.
Okay.
The whole week, you and I are either looking at our own closets or going back and remembering what we have in our closets, or we're going thrifting, whatever. And we're going to create an outfit. And I'm not talking like a silly, goofy outfit where we're going to send
cool
I'm talking a real outfit.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting.
Where we style one another. And then also we put together some sort of like a mood board for the hair and the makeup, but we're styling one another. And then we're meeting up, giving each other our styled outfits, and then we're going out into the night as you and I have styled one another. That's one thing I would love to do.
And can we do our hair and makeup together too?
Yes.
Like totally in front of sitting in the,
But I think that's just a fun thing that we could do together.
Jessie, that sounds so much fun.
That's one thing on my summer bucket list. And then my second thing is I recently, for the very first time last week, self-tanned myself. And we've talked about spray tans recently before too, and I love a spray tan. However, I have an unopened bottle of Saint-Tropez self-tanner that's been under my cabinet for over a year. Okay. And I haven't opened it. Last week I opened it, I applied it, and I'm in love with it.
You look great.
Thank you. This summer, now I'm on my bucket list. I want to do 2, 3, 4 layers. I just want to see what it would look like. I'm not going to leave the house, but I'm going to layer it up. I'm going to put so many layers. I'm going to see how dark I can get.
Do you use the glove?
I have a mitt. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I need to just break down and learn how to do it with the mitt, with the foaming, because that stuff works way better. I
thought you already did that.
I have this thing called, and I love it. I might be butchering the name, but I believe it's called Luxe Unfiltered. It's very pricey for the size of it. But that is my, like, if I know I'm going to be baring my legs and I can think about it ahead of time, I try to do that once a week. And then I use this Tanology. That is the best gradual tanner because you can't mess it up.
What is that? Is it clear?
They're both lotions. They're both like lotions. So it's harder to mess up. And I have done the foaming, which works better, but you just have to be more meticulous about it. So I just don't trust myself. But I think I need to get over myself and take the time to foam self-tan myself because my legs are so pale.
I just have never done it, but I do it now. Now it's part of me. It's who I am now. Who Jessie Ford Bacon? Who is she? Oh, she's self-tans.
She's the one who's always got that sick
She's
tan.
the one that she's the self-tanner. You know her. You've seen her around.
Self-tan influencer.
She drives that white SUV with the bumper protective. And she self-tans. Yes. You know her. Oh my God. Yes. Her.
Oh my gosh. I love that.
Of course. So those are just 2 trivial things. All right. What else you got?
Okay. Another thing on my bucket list, in Karina and Kellum, I know they're listening. My friends moved out to LA like 2 years ago. It was like right after we went to LA. So that's almost 3 years. No. Oh my gosh. This fall it'll be 3 years.
Yeah, I was going to say it.
And I haven't been to LA since. They've been begging me. Problem is I don't make a lot of money, and plane tickets right now, flights are insane in the membrane. However, I just worked a styling gig and I just booked an acting gig. Here's the problem with the acting gig. I don't like to act like I have that money until the money is in my account.
What did you book? You didn't tell me that.
I can't tell the world what I booked.
Is it do I know about the audition?
You don't. I don't think
Oh.
you know about it. It's
Okay. You don't have to
it's
tell
a
me.
little small role on a new TV show. I
Good.
can say that.
Okay.
It's the smallest role ever. It's going to be cute. It's going to be gorgeous. It's going to be fun. I feel very blessed to be working at this time when
Well, that's
the
great.
industry is imploding and no one's working.
Congratulations.
So I feel
Shayla.
very lucky, even though it is a very pequeño role. But I'm going to take that money, and I'm probably going to have to take that money before I even have that money from the acting job. But I'm buying plane tickets to LA. I'm going to LA. I'm going to see Kellum and Karina. I am all up their butt all the time, how much I miss them, how much I want to do all the things that they're doing. And they're like, well, girl, come on. Where?
Come on.
Karina texted me yesterday and she goes, okay, let's book your trip. Like, I think they're very scared I'm not going to do it. I am
She's
going
gonna
to
do it.
It's just
Just
financially.
needs a minute.
Oh gosh, guys, I have a lot of house issues right now and a lot of car issues right now. So
You're gonna get on it.
I just have to like get over that I'm not going to be doing some of the things I need to be doing, like fixing things in my home or in my car.
Travel.
But I'm one thing that I have noticed, and you told me this, like, I think it was like a year ago you said this. You were like, Haley, I know you're broke, but like this is actually the time to be broke and go do stuff. Even though it's really stressful for me to go do stuff when I'm broke. But I don't have kids and I want kids so bad, and I want like to have that life one day so bad, but I need to soak this time up now. And I kind of sometimes forget to not feel guilty that I'm not at that stage in my life, because we put this pressure on, by this age, you should be here and you should be there. Well, unfortunately, I chose a career that is going to lead me down a different path, and my timing is going to be different than others. I have let that put a lot of pressure on me over the last few years. And what I need to not do is that. What I need to do is, it's just not now. It's just not now. So take your broke butt to LA and shake your tail feather with Kellum and Karina.
Yes, and it's just not now. And in reality, there's nothing you can do about that. I don't mean that in a negative way, but there's nothing that you can take immediate action on that will change those factors. So let's just have fun.
Also, when I think of like literally
filled.
right now, I'm like, thank goodness I don't have a child or like that, I don't have healthcare, so I don't really need to be having a child at this moment. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I can't even go to the OBGYN, so let's not do that.
Yeah.
And let's go to LA with your $2.50, and Kellum is going to have coupons at a cute restaurant, and we're going to go eat there.
Yes, and he could find you anything, any kind of furniture off the side of the road.
Oh yeah,
I know that
in case I need a day bed to sleep on while I'm there, he will find one on the side of the road the day I get there.
I've been looking as much as I can on Facebook Marketplace, because I have some friends who have recently found some hot ticket items on Facebook Marketplace. And I look every day. There's nothing that has tickled my fancy, but I'm still into it.
That's Facebook Marketplace. I have a hand chair. You used to see us sit in them. That's from Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
That collector's item fiberglass table, which is not meant to be a dining room table, but it is in my home now. That table is worth a lot of freaking money. Yeah. And I did not pay a lot of freaking money. Facebook Marketplace. I love it. So that is a fun goal.
Yes.
And
love it.
It's frivolous, but it's also going to happen.
I've never ever regretted going on a trip. So I'll just say that. Never regretted. My next bucket list item is gonna be difficult. It's gonna require a lot of practice. It's going to require me to access a side of myself that I haven't in a long time. But I used to be really good at doing the worm. Like I used to be really, really good at doing the worm. It was an excellent party trick.
I'm going to do this with you because I used to be good at it too. I tried it like a month ago. It wasn't that hot.
I could do it forward. I could do it backward.
Oh, I could do it backwards.
I could do it every which way. I could do it from standing up and then kind of go all the way down to the ground. I could be on the ground and make it happen.
Yessie.
I need to bring that back.
Why have you been holding out on me?
Well, because first of all,
Actually,
it hurts.
It hurts me that you didn't tell me that.
Well, I mean, it physically hurts your body, though.
It does hurt. I remember even as a young lad.
And
it would
if
hurt.
you don't have enough upper body strength to hold yourself down, you can smack your hips, you can bruise your hip bones.
Those hips.
I am now in a much stronger state. I am in a much stronger state, and I know that I have the ability now to like gently lower myself as opposed to like smacking my cooter on the ground over and over again.
Oh my gosh.
I want to get back into the worm. It's just
Oh my gosh, I
such
love this.
a
I'm going to be
party trick.
doing this with you, and we are going to upload our journey to YouTube.
Like no one has ever not seen another human do the worm and not been
and not
impressed.
gone, yes.
Like
yeah,
it's an impressive feat.
it is.
And I want to get back into that. So I want to bring the worm back. I'll keep everybody posted on that. I feel like that just is something interesting that I want to achieve. And then I also have said this before here, but another thing on my list is I want to make and perfect Jell-O shots.
Okay.
I went to Nashville with
I
my
love this.
girly girls and the Jell-O shots were flowing, you know, but the kind that I want to make are the kind that you need your finger. I know we just talked about like dipping your finger, but you've got to rim
It's
it.
different because that's going in your
It's
mouth.
going in
It's
your
not
mouth.
you're rimming it for someone else.
You get the ramekin with the Jell-O shot in it and
Yeah.
it's stuck to it and you go, oh, and you're trying to
No,
put it in
you
your
have to
mouth. No, you got to take
And
your
you kinda
finger.
have to, like, curve your finger. It's
And it is what it is. And you're
got
right.
long nails.
It is different because
Sorry.
it's going directly into your own person. But
Yeah.
you got to take your finger and whoop, you got to do like a little spatula, get it out, and you got to
Yeah.
pop it back. I want to perfect the Jell-O shot. I want that to be something where somebody's like, we're having a party. Jesse, bring the Jell-O shots. Like, is that going to happen to me? No. Am I invited to parties where Jell-O shots are necessary? Absolutely not.
Lame.
But I would like to be known for the girl that brings the Jell-O shots and can do the worm.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I show
This
up.
is so exciting.
I show up, I have a tray of Jell-O shots, and everyone's like, Jesse's here. And she
and then
came
she
in
passes it
her
off
white
to me.
SUV with the bumper cover, and she's self-tanned.
And she didn't hit any potholes
she
on the
didn't
way
hit
here.
any- She's got self-tanner on. She brought Jell-O shots, and then I go, hold this. And I pass the tray off to somebody, and then I go, DJ, hit it. And then I go, or something, you know, more appropriate.
Yes. Y'all ready for this? And no one's
Yeah.
gonna be ready.
Right.
I love that. That is so sick.
So
And
those are, you know, attainable.
Those are two really attainable goals. And I think we're going to do that. My third one was going to be you and I getting on a boat on the lake.
Has to happen.
And I mean, like, not me separately, not you separately.
Together.
Me and Yessie, personality hire, goes boating.
Yiffy.
And somehow we're going to do it. And I feel like that's attainable. It is for Jesse and I hard because we both have like insane schedules, and that takes like, we do have to plan that out. We have to figure out who's going to drive this boat.
I
we have
think
to
it's
figure
gonna
out
be easier. I
what
think we can
lake
make
we're
it
going on.
happen.
I really don't want to go to Lake Lanier.
I
That is
looked
my
it
one
up,
request.
and we
You did?
don't have to
Have a
need a
boating
boating license.
Okay, I'm not driving the boat.
If you're over 17, I think you do not. I think they said if you were born in even 98, I don't remember. Anyway, you do not have to have a boating license. All
Okay.
you need is your Georgia State ID.
it needs to be a real ID with the black or gold star in the corner. Gosh, don't get me started on a real ID.
Another Georgia DOT free ad.
Which actually, by the way, I commend GDOT because for that one thing and that one thing only. Let's get that straight. Because my dad recently freaked me out because I don't even want to say what is expired, but you can only guess. I don't want to say that on the pod in case that keeps me from getting any acting jobs. But you have to have a real ID to fly now. And actually you don't. I found out you just have to go through all these other steps, which it's just a pain in the butt. Just get the real ID. But you can fly. My dad freaked me out though. So I thought I was going to have to get this real ID. I thought I was going to have to go do it. I looked on the website of GDOT, and I wish I would have done this right away, and I didn't. I just freaked out about it for 2 days because I couldn't do anything. It was Memorial Day weekend, okay? Like, I just knew if I looked into it anymore, I was going to think about it more, which I should have just looked into it because I would have known. I already had the real ID. Georgia has been implementing the real ID since 2012.
I was
Snaps for GDOT.
I'm not gonna lie. Whenever everybody was having a little fit about that, I looked
But
at my
Illinois
ID.
didn't.
Well, I looked at my ID and I was like, I done been having this little star in the
I
corner.
know.
Sure. I think that they just basically were approaching the deadline of saying if you don't have this,
And for
we've
other
been,
states,
been telling you.
Yeah, and other states do not, like Alabama doesn't automatically do it. Illinois doesn't automatically do it. Other states don't automatically do it. So you have to go get the new ID. And I think that's the other state's way of making money. Thank you, Georgia, for not. Oh, no. You did what you did, and you should have done what you did. Okay. Besides fill those potholes. I'm sorry.
But I think that we need to. But here's the thing that I do know: there are no potholes on the lake, and we're gonna get on a boat.
I'm not driving this boat though.
No,
I will
of
not be
course
responsible for.
We're
any
not
bodily
driving the
injury.
boat because we are having
Cocktails.
Jello shots.
Yeah.
Hello. That's where I'm going to bring my Jello shots.
And we're going to do the worm because we have a pontoon with a big open space.
And we're going to wear life jackets.
Yeah, of course.
Big life
And
jackets.
we're not going to be on Lake Lanier.
No, we don't need to be on Lake Lanier.
That's a scary lake.
It's
not the lake for me. I was not
if
invited.
you drained that lake.
Nope. Don't do it. It's haunted. And they're
Scary.
just look it up. Just look it up.
Scary.
Lake Lanier in Georgia. If you are from Switzerland listening to this, or
Norway.
or
we have,
anywhere
again,
else.
why do we have such a
Also,
big Norway?
Chicago. I don't know who our Chicago
The
listeners
other thing,
are.
I've said this before, but if
hey,
you
Chi-Town.
are in Norway, I see you listening to this.
Hey,
I
babe.
see you, and I say hi to me.
Yeah, can you reach out? We want to
Hello,
talk.
send me an email. personalityhirethepod@gmail. Send me an
Or
email.
a DM, like, because I
just want
we
to
wanna
say
see it.
what's up. I just want to say
Was
hi.
ist los? That's German, but I don't know Norwegian.
Okay, I like that.
Okay, so yeah, I want Jesse and I, specifically
boat.
the two of us. Other people can come, and they need to come because we need a driver. But Jesse and I must be on a boat together. And I say we vlog it, and we put that
Do you
up
know
on
what
the
they
YouTube.
do have on lakes that might be other than Lake Lanier? I'll have to check, but they do have like tiki boats where you go up and you have somebody. It's a tiki hut that floats.
Yes.
It doesn't go very fast, but you're
I
just
kinda
gonna
wanna
go on
fast,
it.
though.
I want to go fast.
Okay.
Ricky Bobby, I love going fast.
So I got to remember what the lake, it's Oconee.
It's
I
Lake
just remembered.
Oconee.
Okay, so Lake Oconee, I know you can hire maybe we just get a cabin. It can be our creative retreat, and then have some random man who you can hire pick us up on a pontoon and let us live our best life.
When I went to Lake Oconee with Tiff, we went a few years ago to the Ritz up there.
Yes.
And they have young men who are, between the ages of 18 and 24, whatever. They will putter you around that lake.
Okay.
They will do it. That's like their
So
summer
we don't
gig.
even need we can stay a night at the Ritz and do it. Depending on how expensive.
if we
We'll see.
find a sugar daddy after I do the worm for him. Yeah. Platonically do
or
the
we
worm.
can stay at a cabin for a night. But I just know the cabins you have to stay for like a weekend usually.
But anyway, you
Airbnb.
want to get on a
But
boat.
we're doing
I fully
it. Me and
support
Yessie are doing it, and I don't want to drive afterwards because we are having Jello shots.
so many.
So
Also,
we
I
have
think-
to do that, and I think that's attainable.
Yes.
But we just have to
yes.
plan out.
It is attainable.
That's me putting. I'm that pressure. Give me that boat. So give me them plans. Oh, there we go.
Give
I'm
me
that
them
pressure.
pla-
Give me
them
them plans.
plans.
No broke boys. No
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 new
no, no broke
friends.
boys. Okay.
The rest of my bucket list is on my phone, which is what we're recording on. So let me just tap in. Beep boop beep. The other thing I think
Wow,
I put on
That was
there
good.
was I had remembered when I used to wear a tie like Avril Lavigne, and I would wear it with lots of different outfits, even if it didn't look right. Obviously, like I wasn't
Yeah.
wearing a suit every day. I was wearing a tie on top of like my tank top and my Dickies.
Tank top. I mean, a tie is cute.
I think that I
think you
would
can bring
love
it back.
for, I don't know if I can, but I would like for my bucket list to be like me encouraging people to do it and seeing if I can get some of the youths to bring that back. Like
I think they already
really
have.
bring it back.
I
Bringing
follow
back
some-
ties.
Yeah,
Like
it's
just
been
wearing
back.
it really.
Yes. So I follow on.
I'm not
on
talking about
TikTok.
menswear in general. I'm
No, no,
talking
no.
about just
No,
wearing
ties.
a tie.
Ties
Okay.
with like normal outfits.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
There's this one, and I wish I could remember her like full name. Her name's Jasmine. She's in Brooklyn, and she is the coolest style influencer on TikTok. And she's grown up in Brooklyn. She has such a attainable, hot, but it's such her personal style. So like, it's really not attainable if you don't have that brain of hers. But I know she makes some coin because she's got some great bags, but she wears ties all the time with like tanks and like,
I like that.
Jorts sometimes skirts. Like she does it with it all. She'll put a tie over a dress. She'll wear it as a belt. I love ties as a belt. I have yet to do that. So guess what? This week it's happening. This week I'm gonna do it.
I took Scooby-Doo to J. Crew the other day to see, they've got like cute little kiddos clothes. I took her in there to see what was popping, and she walked right to the men's section and found a tie, a maroon necktie, and said, "What is this?" And I said, "Oh," and I showed her what the deal was, and she was like, "Okay, I need this." And so I couldn't say no. I bought her the tie.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh my God, she's been obsessed.
She's been kind of like rocking it with. She's been trying it out.
Yeah,
but
put it in her hair.
It's just cool because it also is something where I envision where I'm like, let's say you invest in a tie. Not only can you wear it, like you're saying, like as a belt or whatever, you can wear it as a headscarf. You can wear it in so many different ways.
Bag. You can wear it as a belt. You can wear it as an arm tie.
Wow. Yeah, you can.
You can do it a bunch of different ways. So I have a style client that I've never worked with before, and I'm styling her for an event. And the more I work with other people, the more I realize that, first of all, it's helping my own personal style every time I style someone, or like it helps me get creative, because with someone else, the pressure is not on for me to be like, which is crazy because also the pressure is on 10 times more at the same time. But what I've noticed is I've gotten so much more creative with how I think you can style things because it's not on my person. And I'm looking at a blank canvas. To me, it's a blank canvas. And I'm working within parameters, like their personal style, which is never mine. Like, I don't think I've ever styled someone who dresses like me.
Yeah.
So I think that's so fun. Like, it's exactly what you're saying. Like, see the all the different things you can do with this one thing. Also, a tie. Let's influence the tie right now. Such an easy thing to thrift if you want to just test it out, because you can get a nice silk one that a man in Buckhead wore for many years, and it can be very cute.
Yes.
And then you could try it out. You could tie it on a purse, tie it on a handle on a beach bag.
You could tie two of them together and make a helicopter. I don't know.
You can make a jump rope. You can tie three of them together and make a jump rope.
These women that pay all this money for these beautiful scarves from like Hermes, for instance, like a Twilly. Like then maybe you take a tie and maybe you wrap that around the handle of your beautiful handbag. Yeah. And maybe you say, boom, shakalaka, yes, God. I just made something out of nothing.
I love it. I'm obsessed with that.
That was another.
Okay.
Bring back the tie.
Bring back the tie.
Summer 2025.
I like that. Another goal I have, which this is not so frivolous or silly. This is actually like one that I was my last one, and I wish I could remember my other funny one. This one is not so funny, but I would like to be prioritizing weightlifting this year. This summer specifically, it has been so hard with my schedule. I'm running everywhere nonstop by the end of the day, and I am getting my, 10,000 steps in, especially with nannying, but also having a German Shepherd. Yesterday, J-Dog and I decided, because he's like, I really need to get my weightlifting back on. And when I'm not with you, he tries to do a quick workout and he just doesn't do a good one. Yesterday, we worked out for the first time together.
How was it?
It was awesome.
Good.
It was great. And what I realized what was so good about it, and this is, I need a workout buddy. Like, I need someone to put that, they need to be that pressure. And then I'm going to put on 10 more. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Yesterday, I would just like to say I'm a beast. I always forget what an athlete I am. And this is going to be good for my confidence, for my mental health, for my physical health. It's going to be so good for me. I did 12-3-30. Is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
I did
treadmill
after already doing, I think I was
Describe
at
what that is in case people don't know what it is.
So it's 30 minutes on a treadmill at 12 incline at 3 speed. Yes, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did that yesterday as my warm up after already walking over 12K steps from nannying. Then we weightlifted. And and we did full body. Like we did a lot of upper body, which I was proud of because I'm so weak in my upper body. And I really pushed myself. And we did 4 sets of 8 every time. And I like upped my weight. And in between sets, I had a 15-pound dumbbell. And so in between sets for my rest, I mean, I did breathe, but I also did as many squats as I could do while Justin was doing his. Or I did single leg deadlifts on both sides. I would do 8 of each while he was doing his 8 reps because I'm a beast with my lower body. And then we did 100 sit-ups at the end. Like I just felt like
you got a real workout in.
and I need to continue that.
Yeah.
That cannot be, a one-time thing. The only thing is to get to each other. He lives 20 minutes away. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but when you've been whipping your butt around all day, driving 20 minutes and then still having to shower afterwards, like all that stuff, like it just adds up. And
strength training is so important. I think that
it's so important.
It's very trendy right now for people to talk about how important it is for women specifically too, because we lose muscle mass, and that is something that your muscles protect you from osteoporosis. They protect you just from general fragility the older you get. And so having that muscle mass on you is so important, and strength training is so important. And you can do it in a lot of different ways. Not only can you like lift traditional weights and like do that, you can strength train through resistance training. You can do it through there's like lots of different ways you can do it. And so I think that that's so important that you are doing that, because I know that you've been missing that.
Yes.
I know that you've really been missing physical activity in general in terms of like exertion. Because again, like you do a lot of exercise in terms of like walking, but the exertion of being at the end of the workout going like, oh my gosh,
also,
like I did
being
it
for me. And like, that's the time I've been missing, but I just like, I have so many things to do. It feels like, and so I don't know, that just needs to be, that's a doable thing. It's just going to kick my tail a little bit, and I'm going to be a little bit more tired, which is kind of opposite of what I was going for before, but I think it's going to help me from being burnt out as well in a different way. I think mentally it's going to sharpen me.
10 out of 10. Love it. I'm so glad that you did that.
I'm excited. I want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
It's just,
I know that exercise plays such a big role in both of our lives throughout our lives. I love to exercise.
Yes.
I really, really like it. I love
group fitness. That's my
Me
thing.
too.
And I can't afford group fitness right now.
I find it hard to go to the gym by myself. I've had gym memberships in the past where it's just like free weights and different machines and treadmills and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And I can only do so much in there. I do really well when someone's leading me, and
it gives me a push.
I also think I've talked about this too. Whenever I do group fitness classes, I get picked on sometimes. Like I use picked on loosely, but like
they call you out.
I get called out a lot more than the average person, because I love taking direction.
But also,
like I can take direction super well if you tell me.
As a former fitness instructor, like when I saw a client and I would give them instruction and all, and they took it, I was like, oh, they're here to get good,
to get better.
And they want. So I would call them out more, but I would also encourage them more because I want to make sure that they know. And I would tell them after class, like, oh my gosh, I've noticed this, like I've noticed that you're getting stronger here. Yeah. But that's a good thing.
I think that we can,
an instructor calls
I think
you
that
out.
That's a really good summer thing. I know it's hard sometimes to work out in the summer, but listen, whether you're on the back of the boat, the back of a bike, or the back of a baddie, you can work on your fitness. You can find a place to drop down and get your eagle on. You know?
And I would just encourage anyone who can't afford group fitness right now to find a workout buddy and make sure that buddy is locked in, because I've had buddies before where I'm like, okay, we're going to the gym, and they just ditch me. And I'm like, okay. And then I don't work hard because I need that pressure. Give me 10 more. Yeah.
I think that we've got a lot to do this summer. But I think that it's attainable. Yeah. I think that these things are really good. I think that you and I are going to style one another. I think we're going to go on a boat.
The only thing that won't happen is pot girl.
The only thing. I think we can definitely do the worm.
We can design my outfit for that though. from me being a superhero because
Yeah.
that's what I think I'm most excited about the outfit.
Obviously.
Obviously. But
Okay.
everything else we're going to do, we are going to make Jell-O shots, get better at the worm,
Get on a boat.
style each other's outfits, go to dinner at an awesome place, get on a butte. What was the other thing we're going to do? Weightlift. What was the other thing?
Wear ties.
Oh, wear ties.
We're going to
All
wear ties.
equally important. Oh, and I'm going to LA.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see Caleb and Kareen. I promise. I'm going. In fact, today I might look at flights.
And I'm going crazy. And with that, please rate, review, subscribe. Please send this episode to a friend. We're just here to have fun. We hope you're having fun with us. And we love you. And we'll see you next Thursday.
Janine, take us home, sis. Ah.